Welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Q&A number 7, and I was actually going to play on my 100% complete Saga world today and do some of the missions where you got to play a whole episode in 1 hour, and then for some reason it's not showing up. This happened ever since I changed my Xbox name, so hopefully I can get that sorted for next week. But this week I had a save which already had like 12%, which takes me to Revenge of the Sith, so we're going to play on this. I know I said Force Awakens, but I just prefer this one. And judging by polls and comments I've done it and seen, like, I think everybody else does as well, so we're going to go with this. It's just much better. But main topic, obviously not the gameplay, is the Q&A itself. Hello Karen, Tyler, Wounded, Potato, Jet, Peyton, Toby, Cameron, Alex, Lorenzo, Cowboy Max, welcome everyone. So obviously, I don't know how weekly these things are going to be, to be honest. The reason I'm doing one this week is because we haven't done one in a few weeks, and we also have had a bit of news, which helps. It wasn't much, but we did have a bit of news with like pre-order bonuses and knowing the actual prices of those next gen editions, so that helps. But obviously it's been a few weeks anyway, so I wanted to do one and we can recap on any questions. I don't see it going the whole 2 hours, but we'll still try and answer what we can and see how it goes. Right, anyway, this mission, the hardest mission in the game. You're only on rails, that's it. What a mission this is. What's my favourite Star Wars TV show? It's the Clone Wars, and I'm hoping that we can get that Clone Wars character pack or level pack or something in the complete saga. I really hope so. Luke, how are you doing? Lorenzo, welcome. Chen, welcome. Let me crash then. I hate because the controls are so bad on this mission. Like, it's up to go down and down to go up. I just hate stuff like that. It's so annoying. What's the news this week? So a little recap on what little news we got then. Let's answer Tyler's question, but the news we do have is that mainly pre-order bonus stuff, so you can get a LEGO Snowspeeder, mini Snowspeeder that is, if you pre-order the standard edition from Smiths in the UK. There's an Amazon edition of the game, which is another UK exclusive right now, where you get the standard edition of the game, but with it you'll get one of the character packs for free, which is the classic one, which is kind of cool. I suppose it's better than getting the standard edition on its own. The prices of the game for PS5 and Xbox Series X are the same prices as PS4 and Xbox One, which again is very helpful. And if you buy the Xbox game on Xbox One, it's the same disc, so you don't need to buy one again for Xbox Series X. That was kind of known anyway, but I included that this week. Yeah, inverted controls are pretty bad. I don't like them. And then was there anything else in the news video? I'm trying to think. There was like a new side angle image of the deluxe edition that they released. That's about it. That is all the question. That is all the news pretty much from this week's news video. Right, anyway, if we do get a Clone Wars character pack, who do I want? Good question, good question. I think realistically, you're gonna, especially with Season 7 not being out that long, and we know we're getting a Bad Batch pack, so you don't have to include those. I think we'd get Ahsoka from Season 7, Maul, Bo-Katan, that's free. Remember, we can't include the Bad Batch. I don't think they'd put the Martez sisters in there, just because, imagine, we only get one Clone Wars character pack and they include those, so they may do like Cad Bane, Hondo, that's 5 obviously. Potential. We're looking at Clone Wars exclusive characters. I missed the red brick. Should I crash so I can get the red brick? I want that red brick. I want that red brick. But I'd say those 5. Possibly Pre-Vizsla. You probably get like a normal Mandalorian. Am I missing anyone big? Jesse would be in there. Jesse would definitely be in there. But yeah, Ahsoka Tano, welcome. Ethan, welcome. Lifeminder, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. Can you do 4 Star Wars voice impressions? Also, what are you mainly excited for from the new LEGO Star Wars game? It depends what the impressions are. I like to think I have some alright impressions, but everyone else tells me otherwise. So, yeah. Fire Burning Anakin's in the chat though for Lifeminder for that one. Gar Saxon would be in there, big one I missed there actually, Jet. You guys would probably have a better time at naming them all than I would. And there is the alert.
Random, but can you do 4 Star Wars voice impressions? Haha. Also, what are you mainly excited for in the new LEGO Star Wars?
Don't get hit. Oh no, I'm on 1/2. Okay. Okay. Oh, screw you. Screw you. Is horrible with that invincibility. I completely forgot about that. Liam, welcome. Okay, we're at a checkpoint anyway, so we're good. We're good. I don't care if the red brick doesn't want me. I want the red brick. Okay, here we are, the final bit of the on-rails mission. And we can relax a bit. Okay, anyway. Questions. Will LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga release on October the 20th in spring or spring 2021? I'm guessing you mean with that, Toby. It's not October 20th anymore. That was never confirmed. It was most likely the release date before the pandemic. More than likely, which means we would have been playing it in 23 days' time, which is just heartbreaking, isn't it, really? But the date, or the estimated, we don't really have a date, we just know spring. And I would guess May. A lot of people say May 4th. I doubt it would be exactly on May 4th. I'm just going to check this real quick. I'm pretty sure May 4th next year is on a Tuesday, but let me just clarify. Because the Force Awakens game released on a Tuesday. I remember that. Alright, May 4th is on... yeah, May 4th is on a Tuesday. So, maybe, but I really just don't see that happening. I never see them like releasing a game on May 4th. May the 4th is usually a quiet day for Star Wars, that's the funny thing. Like, it's their own day, but nothing really happens on it. Which of the confirmed planets am I most excited for? I say this every time I do one of these, but Coruscant. Especially seeing that shot of Mace Windu running through there. I know I looked on the Reddit, and a few people speculated that's him rushing off to save the Chancellor. I very much doubt it. I think that's just Mace Windu free roaming. It's not from any mission. We all know when they... Not save the Chancellor, sorry, capture the Chancellor. And we all know when they're running off to capture the Chancellor. That is on a gunship. They go there. They don't... The 4 Jedi don't walk through the streets of Coruscant. That would be rather interesting, though, if that's how they got there. No, not that one. I feel like these are a mini kit, hence why I'm doing them. Oh, okay. Well, it's not a mini kit, but that's what it'll do. Do I think there'll be Vader's Castle? Realistically, no. It'd be a cool one, and it's unfortunate that we don't really get much of Vader's Castle. I know it's got the whole Vader Immortal game, and I think there's some stuff with Kylo exploring it in the comics, but I'd love some more actual canon in well, I say canon, it's all canon, but I'd love some more in movies or in TV shows Vader's Castle stuff to give us a better look at it properly. Camino is most likely going to be in there. Have we had a shot of Camino? I don't believe we have had a shot of Camino, but I would be sincerely worried if Camino, the planet where a large portion of episode 2 is spent, is not in the game. Plus, we gotta have that Django fight. Who doesn't want the Django fight? It's a lovely fight. Welcome, Splotchy and Rogues. Now that is definitely not a coincidence. I doubt Aegon Kolar was underrated, to be honest. He didn't seem like he I don't quite know who appointed Aegon Kolar to the Jedi Council, to be honest. Same with Sassy Tin. It's more embarrassing for Sassy Tin. He was on that council the whole way through the prequels. The only council member to have been seen in all 3 of the prequels, which switched chairs, believe it or not. Fun facts there. But I'd be embarrassed if I was Sassy Tin. However, I think all these characters will be in the game. Guillaume, I don't know if that's how I say your name, probably not, I apologise, but I don't quite know what your question means. I apologise. But anyway. You'll donate £1,000 to me if I do a Sheev impression. You gotta donate first then. I don't think it was that difficult to survive the Geonosis Arena. I'm curious of the Geonosis Arena. Here's one thing I actually really want to happen. Because we're advancing with the times and they could have stuff going on in the background from the movies. How cool would this be? If when you're randomly playing the Geonosis Arena level, imagine you just see in the background Coleman Trebor do this huge jump up to Count Dooku, attempt to kill him, and then you see his body come flying back down. And then you can run over and unlock them. I'd love that if you can actually unlock like characters, like for example background characters essentially, in-game, like in the middle of a mission. That would be so much better. But imagine seeing Coleman Trebor do that epic jump up and his body come tumbling back down. That'd be so cool. Will the Switch version have the same content as the other consoles? I think now. I admit I can't. I'm not gonna say my answer here is I'm as confident on, let's say, as my other answers on things. But you'd have to look at a few things. You'd have to look at, firstly, what are other games like on the Switch compared to other consoles, because I actually can't give an opinion on that. I've never played the Switch. And then I think that would give you a good guess. But also, the fact that the game is only on PS4, Xbox, obviously both versions, like latest gen and next gen. And then also the fact that it's only on those, and PC, but would they really put it on only a few different platforms, really? I mean, you've got so many more other platforms out there. Yes, they're a bit outdated, and all. Look, they're not in this generation at this point, but they're still out there. People still play them. Would they really miss them all out and then do one different platform, as in the Nintendo Switch, just to make a different version of the game? I get what you mean, because I used to play the Nintendo DS version when I was little of LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and it was so different. Obviously, it has to be produced for a certain platform, it depends on the capabilities and everything, but I would say you've got to look at the situation with other games on a Switch. And do they change or not? I think that's the main thing you've got to look out for. Will some more commanders be in the game? I think they're all going to be in there. All the ones from the movies, because I think they're going to show the Order 66 scene. I don't think you'll get to play the Order 66 scenes. For example, you won't get to be Ayla Secura, for example, and die. Why would they do that? But I think you'll see them all, so hence I think you'll see Commander Bly, I think you'll see Commander Gree. Once again, I mean, Rex, we don't know about Rex, because Ahsoka, it's most likely, she's in one of the LEGO sets, and which is related to the Skywalker Saga, and that's false advertising. So Ahsoka is pretty much confirmed, even though people like to tell me I'm wrong on that. I mean, we'll see, I suppose. I've been right about most things. I'm trying to think of somewhere where I've actually been wrong with the Skywalker Saga, but I could be here all day. But Rex hasn't been confirmed in any degree yet, so it's interesting, but I think Bly will be in there, I think Cody will definitely be in there. Let's see if they can actually get Cody right for once in a LEGO game. And who else is in the movies? Neo. I don't know if Neo will make it, because he's the one on the speeder bike, isn't he? I don't know. Maybe he's 2 background. Maybe they'll just put a normal clone in his position. TGDMG, welcome to the stream. The Electro Adam, welcome. Anyway, next question. Hello, dude. Just kill him. Kill him now. Okay, Dooku's dead. Commander Wolf, no confirmation. And he's not in the movies, which is a problem. If you're not in the movies, it's already a problem, because we all want... look, I think there will be a substantial degree of Clone Wars content. Same with Rebels, believe it or not. But look, the main focus is the Skywalker Saga. To the casual viewer who hasn't seen like the Clone Wars show, or who hasn't seen Rebels, or hasn't read the comic books or anything like that, it's only the movies that exist. And that's what you've really got to bear in mind. They're gonna it's called the Skywalker Saga. They're gonna focus on that. Believe it or not, as horrible as this is to say, more people have probably watched the sequel movies than have watched the Clone Wars, because they're movies and that's what people do. So the sequels will probably get a bigger focus in the game, right, and rightfully so in a way, than a TV show will. I said Commander Gree, didn't I? Commander Gree will most likely be in there. I say Cody, Gree, Bly, because they're all in the movie and you can see them up close. Like Commander Neo is kind of far away and he's difficult to see. But yeah. Do you think Yaddle will play a big role in the new game? No, I think they'll. I think you'll obviously you're gonna get a lot more cutscenes, and you're gonna get a lot more in-depth cutscenes. So you're gonna see, like, so for example, Yaddle is only in episode 1. If you didn't know that, but you're gonna see like the council chambers. So when Qui-Gon takes Anakin in for the first time, and you'll see Yaddle sat in the background, and essentially that's why Yaddle's in the game. Yaddle's not in the game because she's a kind of a meme, I suppose, and everybody likes her. She's in the game because there's going to be scenes like that where Qui-Gon is taking Anakin into the council for the first time, and all the Jedi from that scene will most likely be in there. I'd be really surprised if they're not. That's what I will say. Like, if you're putting Yaddle in the game, but you then don't include, for example, Yariel Poof. I'd love to see Yariel Poof, by the way. I'd love to see how long they make his neck, what he does when his neck is too big to fit through a room. I always wonder if Yariel Poof had made it to the Clone Wars. Would he have even fit in the Venators most of the time with the clones? Imagine him in the gunships. It would have been crazy, but that's not the topic, is it? Abdullah, welcome to the stream. Com Camera Films, welcome. Do you think they may change story points for the sequels in the game? Nothing big. They could... Story points will be changed. For example, I mean, I know this isn't sequel, but just to give you some context. So, for example, I don't think they're going to let Palpatine wield a lightsaber in Episode 6. But you'll definitely get to fight as Royal Guards, just like in the Force Awakens game. And that defies the story in itself. So, when it comes to the sequels, for example, let's say, what's a good example here? I'm trying to think of a good one. I mean, Praetorian Guards isn't a good example. What else can I have? Let's say Pisana in Episode 9, the Sand Planet. Now, in the movie, there's one singular stormtrooper when they get found. And then more arrive, obviously. But in the game, there'll probably be tons of stormtroopers there at once, and you'll end up fighting them all before you get in contact with Lando. You have to defy things in the story in order for things to become levels. That's just how it works. I think you may have answered this question, but I missed it. Will the vehicles be full-sized or small? I've been looking a lot on the Reddit about this, actually. As people have pointed out how in one scene, because they mainly go off, unless something doesn't have a Lego model yet. Like, let's say the Falcon. The Falcon's got tons of Lego models. So in, like, one scene, people are saying, oh, it's the Falcon set from this year, and the next one, it's the Falcon set from that year. So, there's a bit of inconsistency with some of it, not that it matters really, but it looks like they're going with the full-size models, because I know what you mean in this game, for example. The Star Destroyers, they're like the mini Star Destroyers, the mini build versions, and then you've got like the huge TIE fighters. It makes no sense, so I think they're just going to go with the large ones, judging by the trailer. I totally agree, Jay. If it was 100% accurate, it'd be boring. I think mistakes are part of it, and although I like to pick apart the mistakes, it's part of it, and I understand. There will be mistakes in this game, believe it or not, and there will be big ones. There'll be, I say big ones, no, big as in a character may not have the right outfit, or a character maybe stood in the wrong position, things like that. They're not exactly big, but you'll notice them, is what I'm saying. They will be in there. Do you think they'll finally add online multiplayer? After all this time, with the delay and everything, they should definitely be doing it, and it would feel right. However, no, I don't think they will. I think there'll be the 2-player thing, which I talked about in a news video, like, just before all the hype kicked off for this new trailer, actually. But, oh, there's Grievous on the stroll. I love this scene. But, I don't think there'll be more than 2 players. I'd love 4, but I don't think they're going to do that. Hang on, Grievous, I'm getting a drink. Don't kill me. How will I ever come back from this defeat? Right. This is the problem, though, with the accuracy as well. Because look how inaccurate this level is, for example. It's completely wrong. This doesn't even look like Utapau in any way. But it was the times and we accepted it. But we're living in a time now, and I'm one you can call out on this, I'll admit to it. Look how many errors I was pointing out in one of my videos. We're in a different time. People are going to notice various mistakes. Levels aren't going to be as simple as this. Morning, Inky. Morning, good to see you. Do you think they'll add an I just read that one. Hated the mini vehicles in The Force Awakens, glad they will be properly fully sized. They could be Wounded, because I always forget The Force Awakens exists in terms of a LEGO game, because it's such a smaller one, really, in terms of it was only one movie. But there was mini builds in that as well. I think they will correct that. The Force Awakens, to me, I mean, bearing in mind how soon after the movie that was released, it was released in like May. Or was it June? It doesn't really matter. It's like 5 to 6 months afterwards. And they would not have got every detail before the movie came out. It just doesn't work like that. So it was very rushed. And they still managed to do a good job with it. Not a great job, but a good job. Good work, Cody. Alright, anyway guys, like and subscribe if you're new as well. Julian, welcome. I like the characters in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, but all the planets are so boring, it makes me not want to play it. That's why I'm hyped for the Skywalker Saga. I got that feeling as well with the Force Awakens game. The planets, it's difficult to say. I think a big issue with the sequel planets, especially, I say that, it's especially Episode 7, I feel. Episode 8 and 9 actually have some good planets, but I think that they were very simple. You had like your desert, your forest, your snow planet, and how many planets were there in the Force Awakens game? I may need to go back to it, you know. I don't want to, because I don't quite like it that much, but I may need to go back to it to have a look what the hell's going on with it, to be honest. Because there's so many things I can't recall from it. But remember with this game, we've got way more planets. We've got planets from all 3 movies, and that's the main thing I like. There's something for everyone. I think that's totally fair. Land JYT, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Do you think they'll show a sneak peek of Baby Yoda the child? I don't think he'll be in the trailer, no, because he'll probably be in the Mandalorian character pack, and people are like, oh no, he won't be when I included that in one of my videos. Of course he will be. I'm just saying. I know he's really small and all that, but do you really think they're going to pass up on it? Welcome Welcome back, Tyler. A giant pizza in the oven. Perfect way to enjoy an FGG live stream. It's so easy to get those mini kits. I wonder what those easy levels to get the mini kits are going to be like in the Force Awakens game. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. I think we can get over there. Cody could maybe get up there. Come on, Cody. Let's try. This is Cody, by the way. It looks nothing like him, but this is in fact Commander Cody. Right, Obi-Wan, up there. Now, there's no way we can get over there, unfortunately. One character I want to see the most is Darth Revan, as I know he's in the Old Republic, but I wish and hope we can unlock him during the missions and planets. With Revan, it's difficult, and I'll explain this because they don't... Now, people will say, when I say I don't think Revan will be in the game, well, Starkiller was in the LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars, but a few things about Starkiller. One is he was named Vader's apprentice, because they didn't have the licensing to the name Starkiller. And two, he was much more basic to create, and a lot easier to get away with that licensing problem. For example, he was just a human with... He was like a white human with a black hairpiece and like a boring black shirt and black legs. Like, that's it. Revan is a bit different. He's got the mask, which is exclusive to Revan. Nobody has a mask quite like it. I know it's a Mandalorian mask, but it's unique in its own way. That is difficult already because it depends if they have the licensing to work with that stuff. Games that are sometimes difficult. Hence why you don't get a lot of... You don't get as much merchandise for, let's say, a game that you do a movie. In terms of Star Wars, for example. If your franchise is just games, like, let's say Halo, it's just the first thing that comes to my head, and it's a bit easier. But Star Wars is predominantly movies, isn't it? But I'd love Revan, I just don't know if they're allowed to do Revan. Is essentially what I mean here. Tyler Wakefield, welcome. This is getting out of hand now. There are 2 Tylers in the chat. That's my new Gunray impression. Not very good. Oh hey, it's Chewbacca and Tarful, so we can all rejoice, can't we? How do you think they're going to roll with pretty much doing every Star Wars movie again? I think the first... I would have said, if the game had still come out this year, the first 8 will be fine, then 9 will be terrible because they had less time to work on it. Like, look at episode 3 with this game, and look how inaccurate it is because they were making it while episode 3 was being made and they didn't have as much knowledge on what was going on. But now they've had a bit more time, I think all 9 will, because they've had that extra time to work on episode 9. I think they're all going to be great. I honestly... I would be let down. This is the thing, when I saw that trailer, after all this time, it would have been very easy for that gameplay trailer about a month ago now to be terrible. It was a month ago today, wasn't it? It was the 27th of August. It was a month ago today. But it would have been very easy for that trailer to be awful. But it was exactly what I expected. Everything, you can tell there was so much in there. All the characters, all the movies that you'd expect. Background characters were accurate. Background events were mostly accurate. It was quite amazing, so I think they're going to master the movies brilliantly. Can't kill the clones yet. They're still our friends. Okay. Let's go. Commander Cody is actually resurrected. He died in the last mission to Grievous. He's over there now. I hope they had George Lucas. If they can add Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams to the Force Awakens game, who I don't want in the next game. No way, especially Kathy. Then they can put George in this one. Right, now we can attack the clones, guys. You know, I think they got Yoda's fighting style completely right in this. This is... Now, I was watching the Dooku fight with Yoda earlier. This is exactly it, to be honest. Just spinning. A few jumps in there. And yeah. A month of Jeff not having his chair jokes. Pretty much, yeah. been a month. I'm playing the complete saga, Pedron. Give us Lucas, I like to say both dark and light force powers, use small character holds, grapple, double jump. Is that what you want Lucas to have? Double jump? George Lucas double jumping? They can add a Chairman Poppenida or whatever his name is, the Pantoran chairman. That's actually George Lucas, you know? In episode 3, that chairman is George Lucas in Star Wars, like he gets his own part. So if they add Chairman Poppenida to the game, then they're essentially adding George Lucas. Look up Chairman Poppenida. Just spell it how it sounds, honestly, that is the best thing I can say to you. Or maybe like one of the mods will put his actual spelling in the chat, but that's George Lucas, so... If they're adding every character... He's outside the opera in episode 3, so if we see Anakin running into the opera to see Palpatine, they could put Chairman Papanoida in there. Such a cool name. Chairman Papanoida. Let's all say it together. Does the Wookiee have Trump hair? I never thought of that. I never thought that, although when this game was made, like 2005, I had no idea who he was, so I wouldn't have thought of that. I don't know. Looks more like a mohawk, you know. Like, let's get an in-depth analysis. You know, stay there. I should have kept the clone. Like, we're just gonna have a quick look at this. No, I think it's more of a... It's not even hair, is it? There's a shield. A head shield. A head guard. You might know who he is. Not everybody knows who he is. I should invest in better audio. I'm working with the best I can possibly get. I don't understand when people say this to me. Like, I've got a Yeti microphone. They're like one of the best. Maybe I'll have to adjust my settings a bit, but... Especially when I listen to myself as well, I think my audio is fine. I don't really understand the problems people... I mean, it isn't many people, but I'll look into it. Defense of Kashyyyk is an underrated level, Belka. I'll give you that. I didn't like this level for a long time. I now appreciate it so much more because I was always like, oh, it's too long. It goes on for ages. But I think that's what I like. It's very in-depth. You can tell they spent time on this mission. No, stop hitting the Donald Trump Wookiee looking person. Lag. Lego Marvel with all the Avenger movies would be cool. I didn't even like the first two, but... Am I as a true? I'm not. I see this more and more. Like... I'm a different person. Right, get all those. The background... Oh, right, the background noise, the controller. I've looked at videos on how to not have this being an issue. I mean, the computer's sometimes a bit loud. It's kind of quiet today. But once again, in terms of that, I'll look into it. That's a great question, Ophelia. Great question. So, who do I think will be in the classic character skin pack? I uploaded a video from 2 weeks ago, which I definitely recommend checking out on that particular subject. However, if I can recall, the characters... So I've said 8 in each character pack because that's how it was done in The Force Awakens. Why do I keep walking into those? I have no idea. But, I had said Luke, Han, Leia, Lando, Vader. Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, Vader. That's 5. Then I said Grievous, Boba, and Yoda. That's what I said. I think that is what I think realistically they would go for. Right, Yoda over here. It's one of these. this one? Yes, alright. Over here, Chewie. Man, I just noticed I left my window open. I never do that when I stream. There's bad background noise, and I can hear a dog now. I'll shut that in a second. Right? How do I do? Oh yeah. We gotta do something here. Oops! Change to Yoda. Use the Force. We must. Boba Fett, Yoda, C-3PO, George Lucas, and Darth Maul. Everybody wants George Lucas in the game. I can't blame you guys. It's nice to see the maker getting the respect he deserves. That all those OT fanboys never gave him and made him sell Star Wars. You think the Skywalker Saga is going to be the last Star Wars LEGO game? No, but it'll be the last for a while. Look, things are always happening. If you'd said to me in 2011 when the Clone Wars game came out, what's the next LEGO game? I'd probably said 2 years from now they'll make a Clone Wars 2 with the later seasons, because we never thought he was going to sell it to Disney and The Force Awakens come out and all that, so anything can happen. Like, you know, Disney could lose the license. It's probably not going to happen, obviously, but anything can happen is my point. We'll destroy these commanders. You can't hear a dog? That's weird, I can hear one, but it's all good. Imagine not watching Star Wars playing Star Wars, the original trilogy, and then playing the complete saga, and playing as Han's right-hand man and the greatest Jedi in one level. Imagine just playing the game before you watch the movies. Playing this game, you'd have no idea. It really wouldn't explain it that well. I can hear a dog badly. I'm going to shut the window. Put some new questions in the chat, and we will answer. Okay, let's get back to it. The mission where the droids and the clones team up. Imagine that in the Clone Wars. I'd love another LEGO game. In terms of another franchise, Belker, absolutely. I'd love like a... And you said The Simpsons would be cool, but I doubt it because there was a lot of controversy with the actual physical Simpsons Lego sets because like, some parents thought it was not child friendly, but don't Lego have like a 16 plus line now, which I think they need because yeah, while Lego caters to children, there's so many adults that like it. Now it's like I haven't bought Lego in years, but I have to admit I want to get that Mos Eisley set. I could get it right now, but the reason I keep on passing is because I just have like this thing with Lego that because I haven't bought it in years, I know one will lead to another and another will lead to another, and then I'll end up buying so many of them. I absolutely loved it when I was a kid, so I gotta watch that, but I may give in to that Mos Eisley Cantina set. It looks incredible, but if I do, I'd love to build it live on stream. I know I've complained about those building live streams because I think they're really boring, and I think mine would be too, but I wouldn't just want to invest everything in that and not do something for the channel, so yeah. Well, I doubt it, I don't know. We'll see. It's very unlikely. Darth Pencil, welcome. Oh no, oh dear. I loved Lego as a child. It was very good. Okay, over that Yoda. If I would love Dave Filoni and John Favreau, although would I? I like them both. I mean, more so Dave, but I think if you get a bit too carried away adding every background character, it can get a bit annoying. So, is Chewie still down there? Chewie, what is wrong with you? Can you not jump? Let's see. Nope, switch to Chewie. Oh my god. Switch to Chewie. Nope, switch to Chewie, please. Raptor, welcome to the stream. What was the excuse, Chewie? Oh my god. Really? Right, run. Still here, Splotchy, still here. Right, anyway. Oh, you ordered the Mos Eisley set. Jet, let me know if you like it or not. And I will bear in mind your opinion when buying it. Okay. Up there. Mini kit, don't mind if I do. Okay. Really, Chewie? Really? You just jumped off? Do I think they could bring back the carbonite blocks from Force Awakens? I actually do. And I didn't want it. Just because, I think I say this in every Q&A as well, but there's so many collectibles now. It's like gold bricks, red bricks, mini kits, blue mini kits, which I hope don't return, as fun as they were. It's too much. And then the carbonite blocks and other stuff as well. I can't even remember it all because there's so much. And I think it's too much, but the reason I think they're in there is, one, there is a steelbook version of the game, which is the Han Solo and Carbonite block, the same one. Two, when they announced this game at Gamescom last year, or was it E3? I can't remember, E3 or Gamescom last year. They had a big, like Lego built Han and Carbonite block there for like people at the event to see. So it seems like they will definitely be in there, because they seem to have been kind of promoting it as much as possible, let's say. Mr. Maestro, welcome. Oh, we gotta destroy them, haven't we? We got that mini kit on top of that. There's nothing wrong with collectibles, but when there's so many, do you not think... Because obviously the more you have, the more frequently you're going to find them. And it takes that kind of really nice feeling you get out of finding them. No, stay up. Goodbye, Tarful. Goodbye, Chewbacca. Wait, where's Tarful? He didn't come to say bye. Look at that, Master Yoda. What a character. Who would be in the Carbonite bricks? Well, they're all of Han, but you would get like a classic character for unlocking them. So they were like, essentially, like the true Jedis. Or, sorry, the gold bricks of this game. Am I going to do walkthrough videos on the Skywalker Saga? Probably not walkthrough videos, they're so basic, and by the time you've watched one, you don't need to watch another. I'm just going to stream it. I've got so many other plans in terms of videos. And I mean so many. I have over, I think it's 82, currently 82 different videos planned for the Skywalker Saga when it releases. That's when it releases. We've got so many more before then. I've never had this many for anything in the 7 years, nearly 7 years in November I've had this channel. Never had this many ideas for a game in my life. Hello Isaac, good to see you. Oh, there's our Jedi buddies. It's Coleman Trebor and Eve Koff. Legendary Jedi they are. No, that's not Eve Koff and Coleman Trebor. What happened to them? Would it be a cool idea for the deluxe thing we got of like Oh, so, wait, would it be cool for the deluxe we got another thing like a mini Kyber crystal or something? Which I don't really mind because the figure's kind of alright. So you mean instead of Luke, right? The Luke, I think the figure is a bit like, look at the, we got the Finn Stormtrooper with the Force Awakens, which I still have somewhere. And did it come with the helmet? Oh, I don't think it came with the helmet, did it? I can't remember, did it? But it was kind of alright. But this one with Luke, I'm going to sound like a real Lego critic here, but the only new piece is the face with the little blue on it, like the little blue around his mouth, and the actual like milk part, which they've changed with a bantha, I believe. Well, the rest is just Luke that I think most avid Lego collectors already have. I would have liked. I mean, that's the thing. I can say how bad that one is, but I need to have a better one in mind. I would have liked. Why not Mace Windu being electrocuted, half skeleton, half mace? You know when it, you know if you like pause it when Palpatine's electrocuting him, you can see him like be a skeleton. You can see the skeleton inside him. That'd be a cool one. They should totally do that to commemorate, or I'd say celebrate is a better word actually, to celebrate the fact that, I mean this isn't confirmed, but hopefully this is the first LEGO game with the appearance of the Palpatine versus Mace Windu fight. So excited for your channel when the game comes out. I'm glad you are, Mr. Maestro. It's very quiet right now, but we got started last month with the trailer, had a good run. Obviously things are going to be calm for a very long time, but I am very excited. I mean very excited for what the future holds. It's going to be great, trust me. We just got to wait until next year. Yeah, so he didn't have the helmet, and his Stormtrooper body had like the red markings on it, so it wasn't a great one again. Ah, yes, the Council Chambers! My favourite room! Right, let's get rid of these guys. Let us sit. Now where's Yoda's seat, and where's Plo Koon's with the big back on it? Okay, let us sit. Sit on cushions and discuss things all day. Switch to Obi-Wan. I want us all on these seats. And we can discuss galactic trade routes. And only let 2 of the members talk with the occasional input of Ki-Adi-Mundi. How does that sound? Okay, there's only... What happened? There's only 5 seats. Where did the council go? We're missing 7 seats. One of them being Plo Koon's huge backrest seat, or Oppo Rancis's seat with the hole in the middle, or Yoda's tiny seat. Where are they? Do you think they're going to get rid of some of the main characters like Beach Stormtrooper? Oh god. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I'd love to see Beach Stormtrooper again. I think they could. I think they could put it in there for the memes. It depends how aware they are of the memes. I think they're quite aware. I mean, they seem aware of the Yoda Death Noise stuff, so... Yeah. We could go back and discuss the pikes. That's a good idea. Sit on cushions all day and while the Sith Lord is right beside us in the opposite building. It would be better if we got George Lucas or Golden Darth Vader. Golden Darth Vader would be cool. Golden Darth Vader would be amazing. I don't think they do that. Oh, this part. This part. If into the security recordings you go, only pain will you find. And then we see what our worst fears were. Eve Koth killing the younglings. We all knew it. Okay. Got that. Can we get it there? No, I can't be worse. Let's get it while we're here then. It's going to be 500 characters, so maybe they'll have extra characters for Carbonite Bricks. Unless there's 500 and it's 200 playable. We know there's over 500 characters. We know at least 250 of them are playable. I would say with all the extra time they've had, maybe 300 playable, but we know confirmed there's 250. There is going to be a lot of NPCs, which you would expect, I would say, but 250 playable is insane. There's only about 40 or 50 in this game, and it looks like there's so many. And then you look at the Clone Wars. I just hope a lot of those 250 playable aren't some of the characters from the Force Awakens game, because they really stretched it with that. I'm all for having background characters in the game, but I don't think some of the characters they put in the Force Awakens game even exist in Star Wars, to be honest. Like, I've never seen or heard of any of them. It was quite ridiculous, honestly. Is that them all done? Is there another one we gotta do? Wait, we didn't activate this one? Did we not? What could have possibly gone wrong? Do I support Rebels or Empire? Well, the Rebels are terrorists. Like, I don't like what the Empire do. I don't like how they oppress people or anything like that. So I definitely wouldn't support the Empire. However, the Rebels are no better because they're terrorists. And yes, they probably saved thousands of lives by destroying the Death Star, but they also killed millions of innocent people. So, I don't know. I don't think the Rebels are the best. I mean, you look at some of the Rebels' leadership as well. Like, would I really want to work for Mon Mothma, who proclaims she's like peace and everything, and not following the Empire, but works for the same organization that destroyed the Death Star? And you could argue because look who they used the Death Star on. The first time they used it was on Jeddah, on Saw Gerrera's, this was extremist rebels, which you could argue were a threat to civilians. I mean, look how when they attacked, civilians were in the middle of it. That young girl who Jin had to save. And so they used it on people who were defying them, who were breaching the levels of security. So once again, I don't defend the Empire because I think they're a bit extreme, but I'm not just going to say that's because I like the Rebels, because the Rebels, and the Rebels can be not just the Rebel Alliance, but Saw's radical Rebel Alliance, radical rebels as well. But what I'm saying is when they used the Death Star on Saw, it was to get rid of Defiance, and you look how the Rebel Alliance saw that. They saw, oh, they've used it on this planet that clearly had extremist rebels there that was causing a threat to civilians, and yes, they probably destroyed civilians with it as well, which doesn't make the Empire great. But I suppose if there was no defiance and there wasn't extremist movements breaking out like Saws, then they wouldn't have to use it. So I don't know who I prefer. I think they're both as equally as corrupt as each other. I think the Separatists are the smartest. And we just agree they contributed to the Death Star plans, but the average Separatist didn't know that. I'd be Team Separatists if I lived in the Star Wars world. Oh dear. We went into the security recordings and only pain did we find. Yeah, Luke killed millions of people. Luke Skywalker was not a good man. He killed millions of innocent stormtroopers, but the Empire also killed millions of innocents as well, so I like the Separatists. They killed millions of innocents as well, but I feel their intentions were a lot better. Obviously, behind it all was Count Dooku working for Sidious plotting a war, but if you actually look at the people involved in the Separatists, yeah, they wanted money, but they also wanted to get out of a corrupt republic, which was true. And you look at a few of the generals, like look at the Senate as well. Look when you meet like Mina Bonteri. most of the separatists wanted peace with the Republic, and it was obviously the corrupt leadership at the top which didn't. Political of FGG. Anyway, right. Questions. My favourite commander is... Rex isn't one, is he? So we've got to go with Commander Wolf. Right, here's the big fight. I'm excited for the Skywalker Saga. I am excited for the Skywalker Saga. Let me play as Wat Tambor. Let me roll around as Wat Tambor. And then I will be... I will never be... that will just be amazing. Like, if Wat Tambor is in the game and I can roll around as him, what's not to love? Oh no! No! I've got to do this part. I hate this part so much. I would have laughed if they'd put like Padme in as the second player taking on Anakin in this, or like R2 or something. Imagine that. I think R2 is the second player in the Luke and Vader fight in episode 5. That is ridiculous. Mini kit right there. Alright, we did it, guys. We got him, R2. Oscar, welcome. Kingston, welcome. This part does hate me. That is very true. I'm gonna get all these studs though. Look at all these studs. We can actually go into the room, can't we, where Wat Tambor was killed. I always wonder, because Wat Tambor was like the final member alive, apart from Luke Gunray. And you see him at the other side of the table when Anakin turns to the camera and stares. Do you think Wat Tambor gave him a good run around before he died? Just zooming around on those wheels of his and Anakin couldn't catch up to him. I wonder what transpired that we didn't see. Okay. What is the first location I'm going to visit when you get when I get hold of the game? Well, it's probably going to be Naboo, isn't it? If we go in the order of the movies, but in terms of free roam, Coruscant. I don't know if you can tell already, but I'm very excited for Coruscant. It's going to be great. We appreciate Anakin just landing straight on his arse. Like, that's gotta hurt. Poor guy. Oh, Anakin. Anakin, this way. We gotta help each other. We got ourselves into this mess. Oh dear. Anakin, come on. We're going to go down. Let's go down looking good. Please, Anakin, come on. The fact that we got ourselves into this mess and now we're helping each other. Hello there, Matthew. Good to see you. Let's read your question. What is going to happen when you load up the game? Will it be like the LEGO version of the beginning of the Phantom Menace? I think you... Well, the Phantom Menace is pretty much going to start the same. Because unlike Attack of the Clones, which starts with Zam Wessel's fight, this game has to start with the Trade Federation level. It's just only right. Like, what other level would you put in place of it? So, I think that's going to be fun. I think that will be the I think that will be the first level. You'll start on the menu then. You can obviously start with any of the episodes. They've made that clear. So if you want to start with Empire or Last Jedi, you can start with those. But I'm going to start with Episode 1. Do it in order. Oh dear. Well, that's not. That was okay. That's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? How embarrassing? How embarrassing? Look, we've got the ultimate high ground here. Oh my god, are you serious? What? What? What happened? How is this happening? I'll get back to the chat in a second, but right now I'm having a difficulty getting onto the final platform. Okay, we made it. How do you feel if they made a Lego figure version of every character in the game? I'd be happy. That'd be great. I mean, we finally get Lego Yaddle. I don't know if you've noticed, but in my confirmed characters videos, I always got to use like this picture of Yaddle off Google Images. It's just Yoda with hair. It's pretty ridiculous. So it'd help with my Lego series as well, like because some of those characters, it's like the pod racer guy in the background, the blue guy. I forgot his name, but he was a nightmare to get an image for. And the image I used wasn't even satisfactory, but I think you all understand. Hey, I've got a 100% completion of this game, thank you. I may have lost my save on it for some reason, but I got the achievements to prove it. Look at this. Let me show you these achievements. Look at that. 40. Oh wait, that's the Clone Wars. Hang on. Oh wait, is that the complete saga? Yeah, sorry. Look. We got them all. I don't know where my save went, but I got all the achievements for this game. And look when I unlocked them as well this year. I did it recently and it's taken it from me. It's taken my save from me and I don't know why. But yeah. Pretty annoying. You haven't been here in 2 years, Asmista. Well, it's good to see you. Have I learned the Ewok language? I have not, no. No, I haven't. Here's where Leia gets born with hair and Luke's bald. I'm glad they put the hair on Leia so I knew who she was. And Leia was born in a pink shirt and Luke was born in a blue shirt. They may be the first children ever to be born in clothes. Amazing. Born with hair and clothes. She's pretty much set for life. Imagine playing the game before watching the movies. You'd be wondering, like, why was he given the suit? He didn't lose any limbs. Grr. Grr emojis in the chat. Vader was angry. How do you... I read that one. What's the next question? G-Bomb, I would get the Complete Saga and the Clone Wars. I think they're the best two games. By a mile. I don't know which one I prefer more, the Clone Wars or this. But the Clone Wars, especially because everyone will tell you the Complete Saga is amazing. The Clone Wars is also amazing. I absolutely love it. Right, should we move to episode 4? I don't know. Should we? Yeah, let's do it. Remember guys, like and subscribe if you're new. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. And there are more questions, just let me know. Here's where they use one of the mini builds actually. Yeah, they use a mini build for that. And a mini build for the Star Destroyer, but they'll use like a full-size TIE fighter. I hope they correct this in the latest games. Look at that. I mean, I'll forgive this because it was the time, so with The Force Awakens they have no excuse. What happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2? It was cancelled. People were surprised. I was surprised how early. Obviously a pandemic, but it was obviously going to get cancelled before August. Okay. We're rearing to go. Lego Clone Wars is a bit glitchy. How's it glitchy? What's up with it? Do you have high hopes to change your looks when you get every character unlocked? Yeah, like I say, a customization feature like this game and not the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars has a bad customization feature, I will say that about it. It's not good at all. Let's go through. I was going to do The Force Awakens, but there doesn't seem to be as much demand, but I may do it. I know I keep saying that, but I think I need to refresh. We'll see. We'll see. Let's do a vote in the chat, and I may do a poll on the community tab, but would you like to see The Force Awakens gameplay next time? Yes or no? Only vote once, please. Oh, that's my father, Darth Vader. Get that one? Come on, come on. They're just laughing at me. What are you doing? Probably won't get many votes because viewers aren't like high right now. Probably won't be high until like February, March of next year. But, yeah. Let's rampage through there. And let's get that in there, and this one in there. Brilliant. I answered the Force Unleashed question in the stream the other day. I said it's difficult to know what to do because I don't enjoy playing it, and there's nothing worse watching someone play a game that they don't want to play, so I don't know what to do. The demand as well isn't high to bring it back. You're pretty much the only person, Tyler, who's asked me. Remember to keep liking and subscribing, guys. If you're new, I would appreciate it. Let's try and get to 70 likes. What days do I stream? Sundays on this and Wednesdays Battlefront, and that is going to be cemented. They may not be every week. I'm going to try and do them every week, but they are the days now, guys, 100%. What's your response to the Ewoks being called child versions of Wookiees? And Jet says it's racist. Well, I mean, essentially, in Star Wars, it might be considered racist, because Wookiees and Ewoks are completely different, so maybe it is. The fact that you can't aim at these guys, so you have to do this to them, is just annoying. Do you have a Discord server? I have one for members and patrons, just a small one. I don't really have time to manage a full one. Can we pick him up? Come on, let's try and get... Oh no, he got away. He got away. It's Rebel Friend, everyone! Can we get some hype in the chat for Rebel Friend? Here he is, look at him, take it in. Yeah, give us some shots, Rebel Friend. Yeah, side angle shot. Oh yeah, very nice. Back shot. Oh, look at that bum, very nice. Right, okay. Let's get over there. R2. Oh, that's for C3PO, okay. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. Right, 3POC, stay there. I love how he knows what to do. The AI is so intelligent. Should I just drop him and kill him? No, I'll be nice to 3POC. The vote says that we want Force Awakens, and I'll give you Force Awakens. Okay, there you go. levels. Simping on Rebel Friend. God, can you believe it? We'll probably end after this level, guys. Any last minute questions? Get them in the chat. Look at Rebel Friend. He is a mighty boxer with those punches right there. Look at this guy. He's unbelievable. He's a great shot with a blaster as well. Look at that accuracy. You only get pinpoint accuracy like that from Rebel Friend. Right, boxing match time. Look at those bludgeoning blows. Unbelievable. And more. And more. Okay. Look at these building skills as well. One of the best builders in the business is Rebel Friend. You'll never find a man like him. R2. The only thing Rebel Friend can't do is open doors, but one day he will be able to. Take him out, Rebel Friend. Oh, they're on our team. Still take him out, though. How long will it take to complete a level? They've told us 15 minutes. We don't know if that includes, like, going for collectibles or not. I would guess not. So if you're just running through a mission, it's going to take 15 minutes to complete, which is confirmed. Which is 5 missions an episode, so that's like an hour and 15 minutes for a whole episode. Sounds about right, really. Right, let's bring Rebel Friend with us. He deserves... No, I can't bring him in. R2, where are you? I want Rebel Friend in this escape pod with us. Why can't he come? What have we got against him? Get Rebel Friend! No, where's Rebel Friend? Is Rebel Friend dead? Oh, and now the mini builds are apparently so much smaller than the other one. See the size of that Rebel ship? Thank God we're stopping now, because it's the 2 back-to-back Tatooine missions. Good thing about having only 5 missions a level in the next game is that hopefully this one can be crushed into one. That's the Sandcrawler. Over here. Oh, they ended up right next to each other again. Well, Jacob, I do think they'll fix the issues in the trailer, because although I made a video on them, they were all over the Reddit. I think those clone issues, the cape issues, everything like that will be fixed, yeah. Enterprises, welcome. We're going to end it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try and make this as weekly as possible, but I can't guarantee weekly with the state of news. We need a bit more news, because we are running out of questions to ask most of the time, and for me to answer, because there's not much going on. So maybe every 2 to... I mean, we haven't done one of these in like 3 weeks now, and still there's not much to go over, because we've had that big trailer. But thank you, Jacob, Jet, Martin, Matthew, Mr. Maestro, Oscar, Potato, Tyler, Matthews and Tyler Wakefield, and Enterprises for watching. And I'll see you all, guys, in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.